Let's be real. Most people aren't broke because they don't make enough money. They're broke because their money slips through their fingers faster than water from an open faucet. You can earn $5,000 a month or even $10,000 a month, but if you spend everything on subscriptions you forgot you had, fancy gadgets that collect dust, and limited edition shoes that spend their lives in the closet, then honestly, it doesn't matter. You're essentially sprinting on a treadmill while wondering why you're still stuck in the same financial place. That's where minimalism enters the game. And no, I'm not talking about throwing away everything and living in a cabin with one fork and a mattress on the floor. I'm talking about the kind of minimalism that directly builds wealth, grows your assets, strengthens your portfolio, and accelerates financial security in a way that flashy consumption simply never can. When you get this, you realize that minimalism isn't just an aesthetic. It is the ultimate wealth move. Don't miss the powerful, conclusive takeaway at the end. If you're serious about building wealth and breaking free from money problems, hit that subscribe button. We've got powerful content lined up to fuel your journey. All right, let's dive in. Number 1. Spend less, build more wealth. The first lesson of minimalism is brutally simple. Stop bleeding money on things that don't multiply. We live in a world where marketing engineers want you to believe that happiness costs $199 per month and ships in 2 days. But here's the financial reality check. Every dollar you don't waste is a dollar that can go work for you in the stock market, in index funds, in dividend-paying ETFs, or even towards your first rental property. Think of it like this. Let's say you cut just $300 a month of unnecessary expenses, fast fashion hauls, subscription boxes you forgot about, or eating out 4 times a week when twice would do. That's $3,600 saved per year. Now, if you invested that into a low-cost S&P 500 index fund with an average 8% stock market appreciation rate, in 20 years that small decision compounds into around $163,000. That's the equivalent of quietly owning your own piece of a multi-million-dollar portfolio without ever needing to be the next Silicon Valley entrepreneur. You didn't work extra hours. You just trimmed a little excess. That's what minimalism does. When you commit to minimalism, suddenly you notice every outflow. Buying a third pair of sneakers isn't just $100. It's $100 you just killed before it could recruit more soldiers through compound interest. That's the discipline shift minimalism forces. And it's the reason wealthy people think less about brand names and more about net worth graphs. Number 2, time minimalism is wealth minimalism. Most people focus only on saving dollars, but they forget the invisible leak: wasted hours. Minimalism isn't just about fewer possessions. It's about protecting your most expensive asset, time. Because whether you earn $20 an hour or $200, your time is always finite. And if you're filling it with clutter, you block your own equity growth. Take this example. Let's say you waste 3 hours a day juggling random apps, scrolling social media, driving across town for trivial errands, or endlessly reorganizing a house full of unnecessary possessions. That's 21 hours a week. Multiply that by 52 weeks, and it's over 1,000 hours a year gone. That's 1,000 hours you could have used to learn how to invest in real estate, research dividend-paying ETFs, build a side hustle, or study the stock market to position yourself for an early IPO allocation. Imagine devoting only half of those 1,000 hours a year into self-education on wealth-building strategies. That's like a college degree in wealth, year after year, with no tuition bill. Instead of drowning in clutter, you could be studying how hedge fund opening strategies work, analyzing the portfolio choices of the wealthy, or simply sharpening your discipline so you can stick to a budget. Minimalism with your time is how entrepreneurs separate from the average. The wealthy don't fill their schedules with noise. They curate their time like it's the rarest diamond on earth. That's the mindset minimalism forces you into. When you protect your time with minimalism, you stop treating hours as free and start treating them as million-dollar assets, because they are. Number 3, minimalism clears mental space for bigger money moves. Every possession you own is like a little tab open in your brain. Clothes you never wear make you feel guilty. Gadgets you never set up make you feel wasteful. Unused kitchen appliances whisper, "Maybe one day." Those whispers pile up into low-grade stress, robbing you of mental clarity. And here's the wealth connection. You cannot make powerful money decisions from a cluttered, overwhelmed state. A single mom once told me she sold half the items in her house during a deep clean and used the $2,000 she earned to kill her highest interest debt. With fewer objects to manage, her stress lifted. In turn, that clarity gave her space to sit down and map out how she could build passive income streams instead of being stuck under panic and clutter. The snowball wasn't just financial, it was emotional. Minimalism uncluttered her environment enough to unclutter her decision-making. Wealth isn't only numbers on a spreadsheet. It's staying calm and clear enough to make the kind of consistent, boring, long-term choices that grow a multi-million-dollar portfolio. Minimalism gives you that clarity. But here's the kicker. When you link minimalism to your investing habits, it completely changes the outcome of your portfolio. Ready to see how? Number 4. Fewer, stronger investments beat more, weaker ones. Minimalism doesn't stop at your closet. It belongs in your portfolio too. Many beginner investors chase every hot stock tip they see, collecting dozens of random investments with no strategy. It looks active, it feels exciting, but it's financial clutter at its worst. The wealthy? They keep fewer, stronger positions. A minimalist approach to investing avoids the noise and concentrates on assets that actually appreciate over decades. Think about index funds. Instead of juggling 17 random stocks with high volatility, many successful investors park their money in a low-cost S&P 500 fund. Why? Because it already diversifies across America's top companies for you. You don't have to micromanage every shift in the stock market. You simplify, you automate, and let compound interest do the work. The same logic applies to dividends. Instead of hoarding dozens of maybe dividend stocks, minimalists target a small set of dividend-paying ETFs or blue-chip stocks that reliably pay you quarter after quarter. The result? A portfolio that looks boring but grows steadily in value while wiring consistent passive income into your account. Minimalism in investing is simple but powerful. Don't confuse activity with progress. Fewer, better investments outperform scattered, impulsive ones. Number 5. Minimalism supercharges side hustles and entrepreneurship. Ask any entrepreneur. The enemy of execution is complication. People drown in too many scattered business ideas, half-built projects, and unfocused attempts. Minimalism forces you to pick better battles. Instead of juggling 3 weak side hustles and watching them burn out, you double down on one strong one. Think digital products, affiliate marketing, or creating content around a subject you know well. With time minimalism, you could redirect even 10 focused hours a week toward building that. Minimalism helps entrepreneurs think like snipers, not shotgunners. You ask, what's the highest ROI use of my energy right now? You strip away distractions. Suddenly, you're not just hustling, you're building scalable equity. This approach compounds with everything else we've covered. Minimalist spending leaves you capital to invest. Minimalist time management gives you hours to build. Minimalist investing makes your portfolio clean and strong. When you connect these pieces, even the smallest side hustle snowballs into a serious asset. But here's the jaw-dropper. What happens when your minimalist choices don't just boost your finances? They literally start reprogramming your brain for wealth. That's the deepest and most underestimated role of minimalism. Number 6. Minimalism resets the wealth mindset. At its core, minimalism is a mindset revolution. Instead of chasing the next shiny object, you start chasing freedom, equity growth, and cash flow. Instead of measuring status by square footage or car logos, you measure by how long you could live without a paycheck. That is real rich. Minimalism teaches you to delay today's gratification for tomorrow's exponential rewards. It forces you to see money not as spending power, but as ownership power. Suddenly, a dollar isn't something to be spent. It's a little employee you can send out to work for you in the stock market or in a rental property. Treat your dollars like an army. The less you waste on non-essentials, the bigger your army grows. And one day, they fight your battles for you. Without minimalism, your mindset stays stuck in consumption and comparison. With it, you shift into true wealth-building strategies. This mindset shift is why people with average salaries sometimes accumulate stronger portfolios than high-income executives drowning in lifestyle inflation. Here is your takeaway. Minimalism isn't about living small, it's about living free. It's not about deprivation, it's about elevation. Every unnecessary expense you cut, every distraction you delete, every possession you let go of. It's not a loss, it's an investment. Minimalism gives you back your time, your clarity, your margin, and ultimately, your money. It transforms financial security from some far-off dream into a system you control every single day. The truth is simple. Wealth is built quietly, not from the car in your driveway, not from the logo on your shoes, but from the investments in your portfolio that keep growing while you sleep. The wealthiest people don't chase more. They protect their margin, simplify their strategies, and focus on assets that last. That's not just coincidence. It's a blueprint. In every video, I try to discuss and address the factors that surely improve the chances of your success. If you like this also, subscribe the channel, like and share the wealthy knowledge to your loved ones. Now, if you want to know how rich people build wealth without looking rich, then watch this video. I'll see you there.